In June 2022, when I had just had my 18th birthday, I felt broken. See, it's funny. Growing up, I had this weird perception about when you turned 18, that was when you truly started to live. You had freedom, excitement, fun. You'd finished school, you had no more worries. But the truth was exactly the opposite. See, in reality, I was suffering every single day. I was a full-on drug addict, chasing high after high after high. And at this current time, my drug of choice, my vice of choice was butane, lighter gas. I was inhaling this to try and get high, to try and escape. And there was one very particular time that I remember so clearly. I had just come home from a night out, so I was already really drunk. I had a THC pen, and I had my can of butane, and I done what's called taxi. Taxi is usually with a couple of people. You take the joint, you hold it in, you pass it around, take it again. We do that with a joint, but for some reason I decided to do it on my own with the butane and the vape. So I took a toke of the vape, butane, and just kept doing that until I couldn't hold it in anymore. And I let it all go, and I got this weird feeling that overcame me. I started wandering out the house, and I looked out the window, and it was really dark, but in my mind it wasn't just darkness, it was void. So I started to worry. I started thinking I was in hell. No, it wasn't like things were on fire or anything. I had thought that I was trapped in my house alone forever, and that was hell. So I started shouting, what the fuck, screaming. I was so scared, I was terrified. And then my dad came around the corner. What the fuck are you shouting for? I was so angry. But the relief I felt in that moment. Now, I just told him I was high on weed. I didn't tell him the truth. But that broke me. In fact, I was literally on the floor crying. I couldn't move. I was so traumatized. But that high, that really sums up how my life was. Just hell on earth. It burned. It was just pain after pain every single day. And what I didn't know, it was because of these drugs. It was because I was going out drinking. Because I was getting high. You see, a lot of us, especially young people, but it's not too uncommon in older people, we like to escape our feelings. We run from them because we can't handle it. We're not strong enough, or so we believe. You see, when you detach, when you escape from the painful feelings, you also detach and escape from the good ones. When have you ever seen a grateful drug addict? A grateful addict of anything? When someone's really suffering and they run to some vice, they're almost always negative. Always glass half empty. Because it sucks the soul out of a person. We all think it eases the pain. I know, I was there. I understand. You treat it like it's some medicine, some magic pill, but it's just making the world black and white. And sooner or later, it's going to cause you to suffer. See, to start becoming happy, to start becoming truly fulfilled, we need to drop this block on our life. And I know what it's like. It's not your fault. It's pushed on people. You get ads for drinking and partying. In America, you even get ads for drugs, like Xanax. It's pushed on us. People just want to make money off this pain and misery, this weakness that we have. It's not right, no. But it can change. You can improve it. You can start appreciating life. See, what you just need to do is drop this negative escapism and implement some positive ones. See, there's a few habits that got me off drugs, away from that urge to get high. Now it's been 2 years, and I would never think of getting high. Never think about a drug. Whereas before, I couldn't get my mind off it. At the slightest annoyance, the slightest little negative emotion, my brain instantly wanted to get high. And I know this is the same for so many people because it was so common in my area. I knew so many people that were exactly like this. Now, not a lot of people talked about it, but you could tell. You can tell that they don't want to really be doing this. Nobody does. Nobody wants to be an addict. No one wants to just be that loser, just running away from their problems, doing the same thing every week, maybe even every single day. Nobody wants that life. Nobody wakes up and says, yeah, well, I'm going to become a heroin addict, a crack addict, drug addict. Nobody. It creeps up on you slowly but surely. You're brainwashed by the substance, by the people around you. And it's not their fault either. They're brainwashed too. So don't be going around blaming other people like it's their fault, like it's this certain friend's fault. No. At the end of the day, we chose to live that life. But it can be a blessing if we use it in the right way, if we start turning things around. The first thing you need to start implementing is exercise. This saved me through multiple phases of my life, because I've been working out for 6 years now. So quite a long time. And the thing it does to your mind, it just completely changes you as a person. Makes you more grateful, makes you stronger. If you're struggling with quitting, you're struggling with getting sober, it's no wonder. You're simply not exercising. You haven't got the discipline, the strength to escape this habit, to break down this barrier of negativity. I recommend at least 3 times a week. If you can do it every day, just something simple, even yoga, something small, a hike. It doesn't have to be super duper intense. It doesn't have to be the weightlifting, bodybuilding. It can be anything just to get the heart going, just to get you out of your mind. Meditation is another great tool. It's almost as important, if not as important, because it helps you let go of those thoughts, those feelings. And at the end of the day, what is an urge? It's a thought, it's a feeling, or it's caused by a thought and a feeling of negativity that we want to escape, that we're trying to run from. But if you're always running away from what hurts and trying to chase what feels good, you'll be constantly in pain, constantly in this cycle of Buddhists called dukkha. It's like dissatisfaction. No, we need to let go of that. We need to start going behind. See, we're not our thoughts or our feelings. If you were, you couldn't focus on them. You couldn't pay attention to them. You can look at your hands because they're outside of you. You can observe the beautiful blue sky because it is outside of you. You're not the sky. You're the awareness behind all of this, behind your thoughts, behind your feelings. And I know a lot of this isn't going to make sense. If I had heard this when I was younger, I would have been so confused. But you really need to see it for yourself. The first time I meditated was exactly around that time I was telling you about, when I was doing butane. I remember I sat down for just 10 minutes. 10 minutes, and all that tension, all that pain, the confusion that was going through my mind at that time was gone in an instant. Now, of course, it's not magic. It doesn't work. You do it once and it goes away forever. You need to keep coming back to it. I recommend 10 minutes every day, morning or night. And I do recommend getting an app like Headspace or Medito, so they can talk you through it, so they can explain, and you can fully understand the concept of meditation. Breathwork is another great tool similar to meditation. You can just get them on YouTube. It really helps you to bring you in the moment. If you're really feeling an urge right now, one of the best things to do is just do a 10-minute, 15-minute breathwork, and it'll bring you in the moment, and you'll forget. Most of the time you'll forget about the urge. You'll feel so good. You should also be reading. See, reading is one of the few great things that lets us escape from this reality without any downsides, without any negative consequences and negative feelings. See, almost everything that we do when we try and run from this world, we get punished for it. We feel bad, we feel negative, we feel guilt, we feel shame. But you can read, you can go off into another realm, another planet, another universe, without any downsides. And of course we can learn. Non-fiction is great too. We can learn, we can grow, we can find new ways to get over our addictions, new ways to love our life. Both are great. You don't have to read either. Just find a book that works for you. See, too many people believe they don't like reading. But it's because, again, they've been brainwashed, they've been forced to read in this unnatural way in school. See, we're not all supposed to read the same books. There's a book out there for every different kind of person. There's billions and billions of books. I promise you there will be one out there for you. You just need to find a book, and if you don't like it, if it feels like a chore, just go and find another book. You don't need to read a book just because everybody says, oh yeah, this is good. Your heart, God will guide you to the book that you're supposed to find in that moment. Finally, you need some healthy socialization. See, too many people, the only socializing they get is when they're going out and destroying themselves, going out and doing antisocial habits. And they think, yeah, that's going to really fulfill my need, but you're escaping from reality. So of course you're not really connecting with these people, and that's what you really crave, is the connection. That's why everyone's going out. They want that connection, that social connection, romantic connection, whatever it is. It's not really about the drug, it's about that lack of connection. But when you're away from this world, through being high, through being drunk, stoned, any of that, we can't really connect. We get this false sense of connection, but when we come back down, we realize we didn't connect at all. This is why hangovers can feel so lonely sometimes, because we got this surface level connection, but we weren't able really to connect because we had this blockage, which was the drug. I just want you to know that you can do it. You can live a sober life and feel great. I know how it feels. I know exactly how it feels when you're getting sober or contemplating it. You're thinking, well, I'm really going to do nothing then. I'm just going to sit in my house, be bored. I'm going to do nothing. I said this myself. I'm really going to do nothing, not even on the weekends. I'm going to do nothing. Like my whole world revolved around this escapism, but we've been brainwashed. We're just confused. We're just young and confused. This is not how life is supposed to be. You don't need to get high. You can get sober and love it. I did it. You can do it. I believe in you. Just remember, you're better than that bag. You're better than that ball.